So, the thing we're going to look at today is actually a thing I thought we already looked at like years and years ago, back when I was still filming on that brown desk and that horrible Samsung camera, the black digital camera one. No, this, apparently I've never done a video on this, and I've had it forever. I mean, I've had it since I was a kid, and luckily I still have it, so I can show it to your faces. It's the Game Wizard, and we only have two games for it. So let me explain a little bit about the Game Wizard. So it's a game console, right? Like interchangeable games. It's got the screen built in them too, kind of like the Tiger R Zone. So the game is all contained in here, right? But you could never buy the cartridges separately. This ran from 94 to 96, and yeah, the games were always included with the console. They had different licenses. So they had, this one's obviously Goosebumps. They had, let's see, they had a Power Rangers one. They had a Star Wars one. I guess that one was like the more common one, the easier one to find. I do remember seeing that one in the store quite a bit. Then the rarer ones were like, there was a Fairy Tale one, and I think there was a Bible Games one too. Some of them even came with little carry cases. Mine didn't. So I don't know why some do, some don't. But I remember that. Mine never actually had a case. But I still took good care of it anyway. In fact, I'd actually repair it because it was broken to get the soldering iron out and fix it myself. But yeah, it's all good now. I tried to fix it with tape when I was a kid. Tape doesn't hold up over time. So yeah, this again, like I said, since it's a console, if you had, because I've tried it with other ones like when I was a kid, if you have like the Power Ranger console and you put a Goosebumps game in it, it'll work. The pitch of the sound in the music will be a little different. I don't know if it's because different game wizards use different speakers. It's just a piezo speaker. But yeah, these are interchangeable, and they actually encourage it on the packaging. The packaging would say like, share, trade with your friends. Yeah, you can never buy like a new game. There'd never be a new game on the shelf for you to buy. Nope. What you got with the console is what you ever get ever. And the action starts right when you push it in. We'll do start here. So it has a password system, so you could start off on different levels. But we'll just start on level 1. Ooh, that speaker's good stuff. So this is a... Oh, shoot. This is an interesting game, right? Because these things come out of the bottom, kind of like... I think the old Zelda Game & Watch game was kind of like this, where they come up from the bottom to get you. But the pattern is the exact same every single time. Literally. So to progress to the second phase of this level, you have to get 2 backpacks. That's a backpack that just showed up. Good timing. It disappeared, so I didn't get it in time. I never quite figured out what those things are that are coming up from the ground. I'm sure if I read the book. So phase 2, you're shooting this guy with the flash from your camera. It's supposed to be a mummy. Oh, God. And he's shooting, like, bandages at you. You gotta jump over them. But this little dude floating over your head makes it so you can't jump sometimes. Zap him. Get him. I always like that sound effect. I don't know, like, it sounds... It's one of those old school sounds. It's one of those old school sounds that sounds high-tech. At least in its time it did in its context, but now it just sounds, old school. Yeah, let's start again, and this time without sound, so I don't have to, like, talk over it. So yeah, I played this thing for a while, man. When I was a kid, I think... Trying to remember. Oh yeah, the timing... Yeah, so I would have gotten this before I got my Game Boy Color. That was the first Game Boy I ever had that was mine. And, so yeah, I would have had this before the Game Boy Color. And yeah, I played this thing a lot. I remember bringing it in the car. I'd bring both cartridges with me. Didn't have the carry case, but whatever. I made it work. I don't know why. I always thought that was weird. Different consoles could come with different amounts of games too. Like the Star Wars one, I think I might have mentioned this, but there were 2 variations of it, I believe. One that came with 2 games, and one that came with 3 games. So I guess you were... Yeah, I don't know. I guess depends on how lucky you got to how many cartridges you get. That would be really confusing, too, right? Imagine if you have a friend, and your friend's like, oh, I got the Star Wars game, and you're like, oh, I did too. and he mentions a game that you don't have, like, oh, did you play that game, blah, blah, blah? No, mine didn't come with that. Like, you can't do that to a kid. No, have some consistency, people. But I don't know. I weirdly kind of liked this one. It conceptually makes really no sense at all. Maybe it would if I read the book that it's referring to. Apparently, it's book number 16. Because there weren't 16 Goosebumps Game Wizard games. That is for dang sure. And yeah, I got game over again. All right, next game. So yeah, you just violently rip it out to turn it off. The background image is always that particular game. I always thought it was interesting because I even noticed this as a kid. This mock-up is a scenario that can't happen in normal gameplay because, excuse me, the guys down here are in the first phase and the mummy guy appears in the second phase. They never happen at the same time, so whoever did this mock-up, naughty, didn't pay attention to detail. All right, so now it's for book number 7. You know, they had room. They could have put, like, the name of the Goosebump book they were basing the game off of. They could have put the title. But no. They just put number 7. Like, oh, good, I'll look that up on the barely functioning internet of 1995. Give me that. This game, I don't know. I don't remember playing this one quite as much. I'll try to explain it as I go. That's probably easier. Same idea with the password system. So you're like this character that, I don't know, the way I kneel on my knee there, I'm kind of doing like a karate pose. I'm not sure. So the backpack is here in this Goosebumps game too. I don't know if it's coincidence that both Goosebumps games have backpacks involved, but in this game, it's an optional projectile. And I think you get 5 every time you touch it. If you knock them off screen, you get an extra couple points. Oh, you gotta watch out for those things. The creepy things creeping up on me. I don't know their name. Maybe it's Steve. Come on. Get my rain of... There we go. So this is literally the entire game. There's no phase 2. There's nothing else to it. This is the whole game. And I've just turned off the sound because you guys get the point by now in terms of the sound. So now I don't have to talk over it. Yeah, so this one's very, very simple. I don't know. It seems to take place in a cemetery, and this guy is letting spiders loose at me. And I'm just, you know, apparently my guy over here has no problem standing in their line of fire, but he's going to go out of his way to avoid them, that's for sure. Probably I would too. You know, the spiders. Scary. Yeah, at least for me. Give me that. Yeah, so that's all there is to this. I wonder if at one point in my childhood I ever wrote down a high score or anything like that. But unfortunately, yeah, we don't have any other game wizards to look at today. The Star Wars one is pretty much the most common one. They go for around, they're not hard to find, like $20. The Fairy Tale one, the rare one, that one goes for like $60 or $70. Again, not too bad if you absolutely need to have it. But if you're nostalgic for the Game Wizard, and if you had one growing up, it's not too hard to find a used one. Oh, my... Oh, I forgot. There's like a... Yeah, there's a boss character. Oh, no. Wait. Okay. Now we're in, like, the boss mode, I guess we'll call it. Oh, no, not anymore, because we lost a life and the meter's gone. When that meter shows up, that boss mummy goes from left to right occasionally, and the level is cleared when you defeat him. That's right. It's been so long, but now it's coming back to me. Can you tell I didn't play this one as much? Nah, I think the second one was more fun. Just 2 different phases. It just made the game feel deeper than this. Occasionally, backpack shows up. You hit left to pick it up. Eventually, a mummy shows up. You can shoot this guy if you want. It's not required. Nah. I'll stick with my tried and true, thanks. But there we go. That is the Game Wizard. Another attempt at the Game Boy's market share. At least not to take over, I assume. But I remember seeing these in toy stores a lot. And I don't know, I feel like I've seen kids with these too, besides me and my siblings. So I think these were pretty common. I don't know. Let me know if you guys had one of these. You leave a comment down below. No, you don't have to leave a comment. You do what you want. You're a grown adult. You go to bed when you want to. So anyway, that's it for the Game Wizard. See you guys.
Thank you guys so much for watching. huge shout out to the people listed here. These are the Patreon supporters that allow me to keep doing what I do on YouTube. Wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. There's a Discord server in the description if you want to join there. And on Twitch, I stream every week on Tuesday. Come hang out with us.